Brought to you by Pfizer.
In this video, you're going to see the future.
Hello there, you Awakening Wonders. Thanks for joining me today for Stay Free with Russell Brand. We'll be talking about the latest information on the shooter, the Bodycam footage. We'll be talking about Kamala Harris's campaign. We're going to be looking at the Joker trailer. I'm going to spend a bit of time doing something I enjoy, looking at Shane Gillis's impression of Donald Trump, as well as that SNL, no, it's Kimmel, isn't it? Is it Kimmel or I can't remember, but it's one of the late night things where they sort of compare Trump talking to announcing the assassination of al-Baghdadi to Barack Obama announcing the death of bin Laden. And this sort of fetishization and infatuation that the establishment have with class, like that Trump is vulgar and that Barack Obama is kind of a classy guy. You know what I mean? Sort of like, look at him. That's what a president should be like. Classy and kind of handsome, like, because Trump's all mad, you know? So we're looking at that. And indeed, the aesthetics and ethics of class are one of the things that I'm increasingly talking about. It's something I've been thinking about all my whole life because I'm from a normal background myself. And say, for example, if you're from that, and you maybe are, unless you're sort of an elite establishment, metropolitan, highly educated member of the sort of Ivy League establishment, or you're sort of a globalist, corporatist, you'll know that there is this sort of subtle sense that you're not doing things right and that you're not good enough. And I want to talk about that, you know? Roselle, you hear that? Horse67, I'm talking to some of my friends on the Awaken Wonder chat. How you all getting on? Like, that killed Tony. The moment where Shane Gillis improvises about that, the woman backstage, I met her backstage, they're real. That moment all the way to the Mexican fentanyl. That is some of the best improvising I've seen for a while. And I want to talk more about stand-up comedy because I absolutely love stand-up comedy. And we're going to get into it more. This is a post from Atheos1971. Russell, you promised to dive into Project 25. I've read it and I'm concerned. Is there a reason you're avoiding it? Awakened Wonders deserve your honest analysis of this document. Peace, brother. Thanks, Atheos, and thanks for the $20 donation. My understanding is that Project 25 is a conservative document that came out of the Heritage think tank and that it's got a lot of stuff in it you would anticipate coming out of a Christian movement, in so much as I feel like it's pretty pro-life, that there's movements within it to certainly prohibit pro-choice legislation. Feels like it's about campaigning and ensuring that legislation is made under the presumed Trump presidency. Although, can we assume? Let me know in the chat, guys, on Rumble. But I haven't taken a deep dive into it, but we're totally up for that. And we have posted a video in it. Can you post it in the chat, that video? We did one in response to Joy Reid's recent one of Joy Reid's recent outbursts about it, so we can have a look at that. And first of all, Rumble, 2 million subscribers. Like, now, I would like to imagine, you know, like sometimes when you accidentally go like that on your phone and there's like a thumbs up goes like that, or if you go like that, sort of balloons come down. I'd like you to use your imagination to imagine balloons now descending and thumbs up ascending and a variety of celebratory things. You lot, well done. Thanks for subscribing. If you don't subscribe on Rumble yet, subscribe on Rumble now. Give us a like. It probably helps us in some ways, and consider becoming an Awaken Wonder. We post all of our content there first. Actually, after the show tonight, after we have an Awaken Wonder hang, and we're going to look at some additional content over there, some clips, and just muck around and, you know, just take our tops off and have a bit of fun, you know. After that, I'm talking to Adam Carolla, so he'll be the next interview that's up on Locals. And what I like about Adam Carolla, have you seen him when he's sort of like, when he's like pressuring Gavin Newsom? Why'd you do it? Why'd you say it for? Ain't everybody suffering? Like, I want to talk to mostly Adam Carolla about the various ways he's pressurized Gavin Newsom. That's one of the things I'll be talking about. But Adam Carolla, prior even to Rogan, was rocking it in the podcast space. So let's have a look at a few things together. If you are watching us on YouTube, we'll only be here for a minute because then we'll be on the sweet stream of freedom that we call home. I don't seem to have page 1 here, guys. I don't think. Come over to someone and have a little look, just in case it's a mistake I'm making. If you'd pop in The red one. Okay, oh yeah, all right, let's have a look at this. Thanks very much. Turn the audio up on that a little bit, guys, so I can hear you if you do talk to me. So this is the first thing we're going to be talking about, you lot, on YouTube, is that thing I mentioned just now, the comparison between Trump describing the assassination of al-Baghdadi and Obama's bin Laden one. But, like, notice, it's not that big of a... Like, are we caught in just aesthetic differences now and matters of taste? It's something I wrote about in my essay about attending the Republican National Convention. Like that, you know, like that there's a sense from, say, liberal folk that Hulk Hogan, like, well, when I saw that, when Hulk Hogan goes, the man that took a shot at my president, I tore his top off. I must say that I was like, whoa, this is crazy. But is it really that different than Jack Black endorsing Joe Biden, then retracting that? Is it that different than George Clooney, like, going, I like Joe Biden, I don't like Joe Biden? What are we saying? That some celebrities are sort of all really cool? That's the sort of graphic I meant, by the way, those fireworks on the Awaken Wonder. That's the sort of thing I want for the 2 million. Is that what it is? Is that what it comes down to? Because shouldn't we really be discussing the distinction between policies when it comes to global war or the policies when it comes to massacres? Wouldn't you love it if you felt that you were behind a political movement that said, we are going to end all wars on day one? Some of you say Trump is saying that. He did say that he wants to sort out stuff in the Middle East, didn't he? He did say that. Rich snobs hate Trump, says Second Trump. Yeah, I feel you on Rumble. And yeah, Bobby Kennedy, like I love Bobby, as you know. But sometimes, you know, like me, I would just love one candidate. And I don't even know if I have the courage to do it. You know, I know that I don't have the courage to do it. Like, it's all about, listen, peace, peace, peace. We're not going to take money from the military-industrial complex. We're not going to take money from Big Pharma. We're going to demonopolize and break down big tech, Big Pharma. We're going to, day one, we're going to start attacking these corporate globalist forces. Wouldn't that excite you somehow? Would that excite you? Would you like that? Would that be... more? What do you think is the biggest issue? Press 1 if you think it's migration. Press 2 if you think it's the power of global corporatism. I just would love to see 1 for migration, 2 for global corporatism. Let me know in the Awaken Wonder chat. Let me know in the Rumble chat. Let's have a look at this viral clip of Trump versus Obama announcing assassinations of enemies of America, you know, for terrorists or whatever.
The United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden.
Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi is dead.
I think Trump's is better. It's so funny, isn't it? Abu Bakr Baghdadi is dead. It's like he's, yeah, a lot too. It's an interesting balance. It's he's not like he's not taking it seriously. He is taking it seriously, but like Shane Gillis has probably done the defining stand-up on this as well, when it says it's like he was excited that he was in the Situation Room. The beautiful dogs, that beautiful dogs bit of stand-up is so dope. I feel like what it is that the left have an infatuation with aesthetics and style because increasingly politics is voided of true values. Say like Barack Obama has done all those deals with Netflix, gets paid a lot of money for after dinner speeches and all of that stuff. And it's like, oh, these are all premium blue chip brands. It's good to do stuff with Netflix. And Trump, it's like those mad sneakers that are all gold and everything, or the Bibles that he does or whatever. But, you know, if you spend any time watching Trump, I remember a mate of mine said this years ago about Margaret Thatcher. He goes, don't watch too much Margaret Thatcher because you'll start liking her. And if you're from like the era that I'm from and the place that I'm from, you don't like Margaret Thatcher because she closed down all the industry and she messed with working class people, destroyed people in Nottingham and the North and all over the British Isles, right, through her policies. But if you watch her, she's like, it's just alluring to watch them. Absolutely not. Like, you know, when people have got political charisma and clout, it's seductive. And if you watch too much Trump, like, you know, I'm saying this about Trump detractors, I know you guys mostly love him, but like you start to, he's too funny, man. And even here, where you're invited to not like him, I like him.
The United States launched a targeted operation against that compound.
They did a lot of shooting, and they did a lot of blasting, even not going through the front door. You know, you think you're going
of blasting, and like this is it, yeah, because he's riffing, isn't he? That's what Gillis points out as well, and he's bit on it. Like you'd think they'd go through the front door, not these guys.
through the door. If you're a normal person, you say, knock, knock, may I come in?
After a firefight, they killed Osama bin Laden and took custody of his body.
That's like the aesthetics of power. It's the aesthetics of power. Even people that feel that they're like post-structuralist sort of cultural critics think, we really have understood the culture and the dynamics of power. But really, people can't handle having a president that sort of talks like that. But doesn't go, after a firefight, Bin Laden was killed. Like, it's all sort of serious and sensible. We can't have Trump talking about beautiful dogs and stuff.
He died like a dog.
But his death does not mark the end of our effort.
A beautiful dog. A talented dog.
We give thanks for the men who carried out this operation.
And I don't get any credit for this, but that's okay. I never do. But here we are.
May God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America.
And I'm writing a book. I think I wrote 12 books.
The joke is vulgarity. That's the joke. What we're being asked to laugh at there is Barack Obama is classy and Donald Trump is vulgar. And I know because I know them, they would be sort of shrill and hysterical. No, my opinions, they mean something. Did Obama drone a bunch of kids? Did Obama bail out the banks in 2008? He did, didn't he? Right. So we're not talking about Jesus, are we? We're talking about a politician who, whilst in the early part of his career, he garnered a lot of attention, and it seemed like, oh my God, this guy might be incredible with this weird background, part in like living in Indonesia for a while. His dad's Kenyan. He grew up in Hawaii. He did a bunch of work for charity. He'd done loads of legal aid type work, being a lawyer, working sort of pro rata for good causes. This guy's going to make a difference. He's a non-white candidate. I was someone that was well into that stuff, and it seemed exciting, didn't it? That at his inauguration and various ceremonies of ascension, it's like Michelle Obama, obviously, but also Oprah and various African American celebrities. It seemed like this is amazing. Like when he ascended, it seemed brilliant. And sort of Trump, the whole thing, like people make a big deal, like, well, he's not got any good celebrities. His inauguration, they won't let him use their music. Pink Floyd have denied the right. Well, look at where we got to, man. Like, Obama begat, Biden begat what? Where are we now? Where's your coolness now? Where's your aesthetic? Where's your cultural elitism now? It's pretty extraordinary. And look, ultimately, again and again, we'll be seeing this story as independent media becomes so fleet-footed and far ahead of the gatekeeper, centralized legacy media pack. You'll see more and more stories like this, where like sort of titles like The Guardian have to go, oh yeah, it looks like Russia's fears about NATO expansion was something we should have paid more attention to. Or you'll start to see, Zelensky acknowledging that in all likelihood the war will have to be brought to an end in the event of a Trump presidency. And no one wants Ukrainian people or Russian people or Palestinian people or Israeli people or Chinese or Taiwanese people to die. Surely, 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 wherever centralized interests are threatening to the lives of individuals, we should be looking for diplomatic and peaceful solutions. Surely this is true. And perhaps that should be our shared and mutual focus rather than Barack Obama's a pretty classy guy. He's got pretty classy movies and documentaries on Netflix. Not like that vulgarian Trump bundling about on a golf buggy.
I think all of us understand that we have to finish the war as soon as possible, of course, not to lose people lives.
Mm-hmm. That's one of the first times I've heard people saying that, in the sort of within the what you might call NATO mainframe, that it would be a good idea to end this war so people stop dying. It's normally peripheral alt-right figures, and Trump himself, I want people to stop dying. That's Trump, right? And okay, but we're going to be with you for about another minute if you're watching this on YouTube. Then we're going to be on Rumble. We're going to be talking about the body cam footage and the increasing amount of evidence that suggests that this was a false flag event. I'll tell you now, if you're watching this in America, in the UK, a lot of people feel like, and my assumption is this is because of the type of media they consume, that this is a false flag event that was constructed within the Trump camp. That this is, I wonder how you deal with the death of an innocent man. I wonder how you deal with the sort of like that Trump was shot. There's so many things. But what's more extraordinary is that people that just were not interested in hearing conspiracy theories, inverted commas, during the pandemic, conspiracy theories like it comes out of dual purpose research, it was a lab leak, they repressed it in favor of natural origin, lockdowns don't work, masks don't work, event 210 was a rehearsal for it, this will generate a wealth transfer, it's a dry run for centralized authoritarian measures, see how far you can push, all those kind of conspiracy theories that under investigation seem pretty legit. Those people now are like, all right, well, did you see that bit of footage in California? All those people, they did it themselves. Trump organized it. Trump did it themselves. And I don't want to, I mean, I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet, but I am going to let you know that I've got one. Like in the minutes after it happened, I posted on X, you can go look back at the time, and said, watch now how institutions, groups, and individuals that would never engage in rhetoric around false flags and staged events start talking about it. You can check it. It's up on X, baby. Let's have a look now at this other sort of somewhat epochal moment. I've not watched any of this yet. Elon Musk's conversation with Jordan Peterson. Later on, we'll look at what appears to be the central and defining aspect of that conversation. It's, of course, Elon Musk saying that his own child has been taking puberty blockers and using the extraordinary word, the word you're looking for is delusional, Russell. I see ya, Jack Swiss. I see you, blessed old bird. The extraordinary moment where he says, like, my son is dead. I mean, that's pretty extraordinary. We'll be getting into that later. But some of the other things he said, he talks about, he ain't a... this for a start the countdown. We're going to leave YouTube now, by the way. Click the link in the description, guys, if you want to come and see us on YouTube. We're going to speak freely now. We're on Rumble, which, hey, we'll talk about Rumble, man, because I saw that Whitney Webb thing. Whitney Webb and Jimmy Dore talking about Peter Thiel. I want to talk about that. I want to know more about that. I'll tell you that for sure. But we're going to talk about the body cam footage. We're going to have a little review of Joker, the new Joker trailer, and we're going to talk about Elon Musk and his son. Click the link in the description. Join the 2 million over on Rumble. We are growing, baby. Click the link. Get on over here. And consider becoming an Awake and Wonder, by the way, and supporting our stuff on Locals. You'll get our Adam Carolla conversation first.